Two people can grow up on the same street, go to the same school, even get the exact same paycheck every month. And 10 years later, one of them is financially free. The other is still drowning in debt, stressed every time their phone buzzes with a bank notification. Same income, same opportunities, completely different outcomes. So what actually separates them? It's not luck, it's not talent, it's not even how much money they started with. It's the 6-inch gap between their ears, their mindset. And by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what that gap is, and how to close it. Here's something most people don't want to hear. Being rich or being poor isn't just a bank account number. It's a pattern of thinking that you probably learned before you turned 10 years old. You didn't choose it. Your parents didn't sit you down and teach it to you on purpose. You absorbed it from the way money was talked about, or not talked about, in your house. From what you saw modeled. From the fear or the confidence that lived in your home. And that pattern? It's been quietly running in the background of every financial decision you've made since. Today, we're going to break that pattern down, piece by piece, so you can see exactly where you've been operating from a poor mindset, and how to rewire it into a rich one. Point 1. Scarcity versus abundance. The first difference is how each mindset sees money itself. The poor mindset sees money as scarce. Limited, like there's only one pie, and if someone else gets a slice, there's less for you. This is why broke mindset thinking often sounds like, I can't afford that. Full stop. End of sentence. Door closed. The rich mindset asks a different question. Instead of, I can't afford that, it asks, how can I afford that? Same situation, completely different brain activity. One shuts down, the other starts solving. This isn't about being delusional or spending money you don't have. It's about training your brain to look for opportunity instead of immediately surrendering to limitation. Here's a simple test. Think about the last time you wanted something you couldn't pay for. Did your brain say, I can't, or did it say, not yet, but here's how? That one sentence is doing more to determine your financial future than your salary ever will. Point 2. Assets versus paycheck. Second difference. Where each mindset puts its trust. The poor mindset puts all its faith in the paycheck. Work the job, get the check, pay the bills, repeat. The paycheck is the entire financial strategy. And the moment that paycheck stops, through a layoff, an injury, a recession, the entire system collapses. There's no backup plan because the paycheck was the plan. The rich mindset treats the paycheck as a starting point, not the whole strategy. It asks, what can this money build? Not just, what can this money buy? That's the difference between spending and investing. Between consuming and building. This is why you'll hear rich-minded people talk about assets constantly. Stocks, real estate, businesses, skills that generate income even while they sleep. They're not smarter than you. They just stopped asking, how do I spend this check, and started asking, how do I make this check work for me? Even putting $50 a month into an index fund is the rich mindset in action. It's small, it's not flashy, but it's a fundamentally different question being asked with the same dollar. Point 3. Blame versus responsibility. Third difference, and this one stings a little. Who's responsible when things go wrong financially? The poor mindset blames the economy, the job market, the system, rich people having unfair advantages. And look, some of that frustration is valid. The system genuinely isn't fair to everyone equally. But here's the trap. The moment you hand 100% of the responsibility to outside forces, you also hand away 100% of your power to change anything. The rich mindset holds a different belief, even when it's uncomfortable. Regardless of what's unfair, what can I control right now? That's not toxic positivity. It's not pretending hard things aren't hard. It's choosing to spend your energy on the 10% you can actually influence instead of the 90% you can't. People with a rich mindset ask, what skill can I build this year? What spending habit can I fix this month? What's one thing, today, that moves me forward? That question, repeated for years, compounds into a completely different life. Not because the world got fairer, but because they stopped waiting for it to. Point 4. Instant gratification versus delayed gratification. Fourth difference, time. The poor mindset optimizes for right now. New phone, new shoes, the impulse buy that feels good for about 6 minutes and then disappears into your closet. It's not because poor-minded people are bad with money, it's because the brain is wired to crave immediate relief, especially under financial stress. When you're stressed about money, spending money actually feels like control. It's a trap that feels like comfort. The rich mindset trains itself to tolerate discomfort now in exchange for freedom later. That's genuinely hard. It's not natural. It has to be practiced, like a muscle. This is the entire concept behind compound interest, by the way, money you don't spend today multiplying quietly in the background while you live your life. $200 a month invested from age 25 can grow into hundreds of thousands of dollars by retirement. Not because $200 is a lot of money, but because time and patience did the heavy lifting. The rich mindset isn't smarter. It's just willing to feel a little uncomfortable today so it doesn't have to feel desperate tomorrow. Point 5. Learning versus avoiding. And the fifth, final difference, maybe the most important one, how each mindset treats financial education. The poor mindset avoids money topics. Doesn't open the bank app. Doesn't look at the credit card statement. Avoids the conversation entirely because looking at it feels like confronting failure. The rich mindset, even when scared, looks anyway. Reads one article, watches one video, like this one, asks one question they're embarrassed not to already know the answer to. That's genuinely it. The rich mindset isn't built on genius-level financial knowledge. It's built on the simple, repeated decision to face the numbers instead of hiding from them. So here's the truth. Rich and poor were never really about the money in your account. They're about the questions running through your head every single day. I can't afford it, or how can I afford it? Spend it, or build with it. It's not my fault, or what can I control? I want it now, or I'm building for later. I'll avoid it, or I'll face it. You didn't choose the mindset you grew up with, but you can choose the one you keep from this point forward. If this hits something in you, that's a good sign. It means you already know which questions you've been asking. Subscribe, because next week, I'm breaking down the exact first money move to make when you're starting from zero, even if you're flat broke right now. The mindset shift starts today. Not when you have more money. Today.